This episode brought to you by Seal and Lock System, innovating the future of sealing. Welcome to this edition of AWC Magazine. We're really happy to highlight a portion of our magazine, Pressure Washing Insight. In the July-August issue that's coming out the first week of July, there's a really nice article in there about what we call black gold and green gold. And of course, that applies to the soft washing process. And we're really excited today on AWC TV to have the king of soft wash, AC Lockyer. And he's joining us from the Apartment Association show down in Atlanta, Georgia. AC, welcome aboard today.
Thanks, Mike. Glad to be here.
Great. So I know a little bit about your network and thing like that. You have guys that come into your training and they're considered an in-network provider of soft wash systems. And what are you doing at this show, and how does that help them?
Well, not only do we do equipment and chemicals, but we also do education support. But as a tribe, which we're about 140 companies right now worldwide, we do some marketing for the companies in a co-op advertising kind of way. So this is our third year right now doing the National Apartment Association show. It's also our third year giving away a convertible Mustang. Which is really, really cool. And so what this does is this helps to bring awareness to soft washing and what soft washing is and how it's the alternative to some types of pressure washing. We don't completely eliminate pressure washing, but there are some things that are better soft wash. And we're able to take and educate about 10,000 people that'll come through this show about soft washing. And that helps to make the phone ring for our other companies in our tribe, our in-network companies here at Soft Wash Systems.
That's awesome. So a lot of our readers and things are window cleaners. That's what they do first and foremost. But many of them have entered into this soft wash arena. And so sure. How does a person, if they want to get in with your team and be a part of your network, how do they go about doing that?
Well, it's pretty easy. What we like to tell people is we're kind of like Mary Kay for men. And so we're not a franchise, which is great. There's no contracts. There's no royalties. There's no geographically protected territories. What we like to do is we come in and we have 4 different levels in our organization. Number 1, we have product users. And those are the people that may just buy our chemicals or equipment, and they're not really necessarily interested in being part of our network. Then we have certified applicators. And those are people that have purchased our 20-class certified applicator program. They've taken those 20 classes. They've passed a 200-question test. They've gone to one of our pro staff members, and they've had their 20-item hands-on proficiency card filled out and signed off on. And that allows them to co-brand with us as a certified applicator. And that means when and if they're using soft wash systems, equipment, or chemicals, they've been certified proficient to do so. Then we have our authorized companies. Those are companies that exclusively use our equipment, chemicals, and training to perform their soft washing services. And then we have our 5-star companies, which is our larger companies. They're usually 2 trucks or larger, and they're in dedicated commercial facilities, and they're on our business model. And they're the ones that look the most like a franchise, but they have their own names. They're just co-branded with us.
Yeah, that's very cool. So pretty much nuts to bolts, anywhere a person wants to enter in, you've got something for them. And what I really like about Soft Wash Systems is the training that's provided. I've seen some of the authorized users, the authorized companies out there. They're top-notch guys, very professional. And, that's really what we want to try to get across to our readers is in all aspects, regardless of what you're doing. If you're doing window cleaning, you're doing high-rise, you're going to do pressure washing, you can do soft washing. Don't go out there and mess a bunch of stuff up. There's training that's provided. There's training that can happen so that you can just eliminate a lot of the curve balls that get thrown at you, and you can be successful right out of the gate.
Oh, yeah.
So,
absolutely.
AC, what are you doing there at the show? Show me that Mustang, man. You're going to give that away?
Yeah, so I'll unhook the computer for the power here. But, yep, we've got a 2013 convertible Mustang here, and I'll come around here and show you guys the front hood. We've had it all racing striped, and we've got our co-branding on it here. You can see our Soft Wash Systems logo. But the really, really cool thing that we do is this is the AutoNation Cure Bowl. And the AutoNation Cure Bowl is another thing that we do for all of our in-network companies. And the AutoNation Cure Bowl is where we're able to, we actually sponsor a BCS college football bowl game in December. And we're one of the sponsors.
Cool.
And all of our companies around the country raise money for the Breast Cancer Research Foundation. And we'll get to go down on the 50-yard line during the break between the third and fourth quarter and do a check presentation to the Breast Cancer Research Foundation in the name of Softwash Systems, our in-network companies, and the BCRF, Breast Cancer Research Foundation, and the Cure Bowl, and do a $100,000 check presentation down on the 50-yard line. And so since we're at the Apartment Association, well, we all know most apartment managers, people in the association, are female. And to women, breast cancer is a big deal. And also to their husbands and their children. It's real important to keep mom and grandma around. And, you know, the important point is if they cure breast cancer, they're going to cure all cancer. So, you know, it's a great cause. It's something for us to get behind. And with 140 companies worldwide, it's pretty easy for us to raise a big, large wad of money and do a great donation.
Yeah, awesome. So now this show, highlight that just a little bit. So you're there as the representative of Softwash Systems, and you're basically trying to promote the Softwash in-network people to this association. Is that right?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to raise awareness about what soft washing is, how it can benefit their properties, how in many cases there's some surfaces you don't want to pressure wash. You have to take a gentler approach, and that's what we specialize in. We're not trying to alienate or replace pressure washing. We're trying to focus on the things that we do very, very excellently. And we try to profile that to all the decision makers and property managers and everybody that's here about what soft washing is and how it can benefit them and who our 140 companies are worldwide so that we help make their phone ring.
That's awesome. So if I'm an in-network guy, you're basically at this show as Softwash Systems promoting Softwash as a whole, but you're also promoting my company if these apartment people might be in my area.
Yeah, absolutely. And we oftentimes get phone calls. This week we got 3 phone calls from 3 different property management companies that needed projects cleaned. And then we, of course, referred them out to our in-network companies that were closest to them.
Man, I mean, that's a value right there. If you're an in-network company, you got somebody working to make your phone ring. I mean, who doesn't want that, right?
Yeah. So we've spent quite a bit of money. This show right here, when we get done with it, between the freight charges and the decorations we have here, just all the effort we've put into it, you can see our banners up in the air on some great water-fed poles that we purchased from Jay Racenstein. And cool. We've got Bell, our 1960 Ford pickup truck.
Yeah, show us Bell. Oh, wow, check that out.
There's Bell. Yeah, so Bell's a hit. One of the best things we ever did marketing-wise for our company. And it's fun when you get to a point in life where you're able to take your success and parlay it into something that's a hobby anyhow. So I love Ford Mustangs. Steve Blythe with Jay Racenstein and I are huge fans of Ford Mustangs. So get to share that with him. And I love old Ford trucks, and so do a lot of my friends. And so we were able to take this 1960 Ford truck here and go ahead and make it look like a 1960 antique service truck and put our piece of equipment in it. And that really just is just eye candy, because we know nothing's sexy about roof cleaning. You know, nobody wants to talk about roof cleaning.
Right. So
you
the
give
trucks
away
and
a free
the Mustangs and all the
yeah, anytime you turn around and you put a beautiful antique truck like this in a show, you know, and all of a sudden people want to talk to you that they never talk to you about roof cleaning.
Right. Well, that's awesome. AC, I know you're busy with the show. I really appreciate you being on the TV show today with us. Hey, I appreciate you sending me the hat. Happy to give a shout out to you with the hat, and we just appreciate so much you being on board with us, and we'll look forward to talking to you again.
All right, Mike, you have an awesome day.
All right, thank you. So you readers, if you're really interested in the soft wash process, whether that be siding cleaning, roof cleaning, even some deck cleaning, you really should check out Soft Wash Systems. Get involved with them. There's a lot of value there with Soft Wash Systems. And you heard it from the king of soft wash himself, AC Lockyer, today. I'm Mike with AWC TV, signing out. Stay tuned for our next episode of AWC TV by following us on YouTube, Facebook, or our website, awcmag.com.